Alright, so last time I told you guys I'll make a new video reviewing your Frost Demon transformations.
So that was a fucking lie.
This isn't that video. I'm gonna let them compile just a little bit more so I can review them all at once. So instead, today we're gonna be looking at something that's far more terrifying than any Frieza transformation.
Master, I'm tired of picking cotton.
And where am I getting these Dragon Ball hot takes? Okay, so the first hot take is Vegito is stupid and should have never existed.
But I feel like some of us should be slaves again.
There's a difference between a hot take and being wrong.
I want to kill you.
So pretty much he makes a point that the Potara fusion basically just makes the fusion dance completely irrelevant. Mainly because of the time restrictions. And the Potara fusion is just in general easier to do.
You're gay?
And of course he also talks about the retcon in Dragon Ball Super. If you want my opinion, this is basically like saying iPhones made books pointless. Just because something is easier doesn't necessarily erase the classic style. But also, in my mind, the trade-off makes sense. Yeah, the Potara earrings may technically be better, but they're tools that only gods have. So unless you're best friends with the fucking Supreme Kai of Time or something, you're not really gonna get your hands on the Potara earrings. And then obviously, that's where the fusion dance come in. I personally like Vegito because he feels like the culmination of desperation and hope.
What the hell are you talking?
Because if you think about it, in the story, Vegito was never even really planned, unlike the Gotenks fusion, because the Gotenks transformation was actually planned on and even betted on by Goku himself. Meanwhile, the Vegito transformation was more like, I hope so.
If we fuse, are you sure we can kill Boo once and for all?
Look, I can't give you a guarantee. All I know for certain is it'll multiply our strength exponentially.
I was a little worried about the two of us sharing a body, but it looks like it came out pretty good.
Goku should have stayed dead after the Cell Saga and Gohan should have became the protagonist. Okay, while I heavily disagree with this, I do kind of understand where people are coming from when they say this. Because you definitely can argue that the Cell Saga set up Gohan perfectly to be the main character. And hell, he literally was the main character during the beginning of the Buu Saga. But there's basically two reasons why I don't think this would work. First of all, 99% of the fan base would not fuck with this idea. Especially so-called Gohan fans that don't even fuck with the character like that for real. Y'all don't even like how Gohan is portrayed normally. You would hate him as a main character. I personally think it definitely could work. I mean, we've seen snippets of it in the Buu Saga, and we even got an entire arc in Dragon Ball Super. So it definitely can work, but you would have to make pretty drastic changes to Dragon Ball as a whole, and people's expectations of Dragon Ball. Gohan is not Goku. He doesn't really go out of his way looking for the next best fight. In fact, he really doesn't even like fighting as much as Goku in the first place. I personally believe that if Gohan was the main character, Dragon Ball would be closer to maybe like a Spider-Man comic, or maybe even an Invincible comic. I personally wouldn't mind that. A lot of people would though. I actually like that Gohan's a little different from other Dragon Ball characters. One of my favorite panels in Dragon Ball Super is when Gohan shows up in the Moro arc to fight 7-3 and he just shows up in casual work clothes. But the second reason I don't necessarily agree with this person is because what he says after that. He basically says that the series is all one note with Goku being a boring main character for 20 plus years. I wholeheartedly disagree with this. Moro Saga Goku is genuinely some of the best character work we've gotten for Goku in the longest time. Vegeta should have stick to being a villain and got killed in the Namek Saga.
Nuke the whole generation.
Frieza did nothing wrong.
If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb.
The Gizu is hotter than Arinzu. You know what? I'm not gonna voice my opinion on this. Neither of them are better than Kefla though, so it doesn't even matter.